It's 30-minute reliable news from Liberia and the rest of the world. Today is Thursday, January 25, 2024. My name is Vafle Kamara presenting. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai appoints Kula Fofana as Presidential Press Secretary with immediate effect. Employees of SRB Bank arrested and sent to court for allegedly stealing over 300,000 United States dollars. Morocco to conduct a fish stock assessment in Liberian waters to ascertain commercial viability. And away from home, court sentences 6 Ghanaian alleged coup plotters to death by hanging. These and many more stories, including the weather report, sports, are coming up. First, Grace Moleyeze and the news bulletin.
President Joseph Boakai has appointed Ms. Kula Fofana as press secretary. Ms. Fofana was appointed Thursday by the Liberian leader. The executive mansion said the appointment takes immediate effect. She previously served the Liberian government as Assistant Minister for Youth Development and co-chaired Liberia's Vision 2030 development policy formulation under the administration of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Kula Fofana is a journalist, rights campaigner, and a politician. Meanwhile, President Joseph Boakai has made additional nominations in government affecting the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Agriculture, Commerce and Industry, Education, the Revenue Authority, and the Drug Enforcement Agency. Those nominated Wednesday are Madam Sarah Beslo-Yenti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Alexander Nita, Minister of Agriculture, Amin Modad, Minister of Commerce and Industry, and Dr. Jaso Jala Sengmi, Minister of Education. Others are Dr. Louise Poto, Minister of Health, Dobo Jala, Commissioner General, Liberia Revenue Authority, and Mr. Abraham Kroman, Director, Drug Enforcement Agency. The executive mansion says the nominations are subject to confirmation by the Senate where applicable. The Liberia National Fire Service has been given a significant boost to its emergency preparedness and response. It followed the donation of essential firefighting equipment to the government through the Office of the President. Presenting the items, the president of the International Association of Fire Chiefs, John Butler, assured President Joseph Boakai of his organization's readiness to work with Liberia in addressing crucial capacity gaps at the National Fire Service. In brief remarks, President Boakai thanked Mr. Butler for what he called his kindness and show of solidarity to his administration. The president has, however, appealed to Mr. Butler to do all he can to assist the fire service to enable it combat growing fire disasters in Monrovia and parts of the country. An employee of the SIB Bank has been arrested and sent to court for alleged theft of property, misapplication of entrusted property, and criminal conspiracy. Defendant John Wayan allegedly stole over 300,000 United States dollars and over 21 million Liberian dollars. Our reporter quotes police investigation as revealing that the transactions were allegedly done from 2021 to 2023. The charge sheet said defendant Wayan conspired and colluded with owners of several businesses, including staff of the bank, to steal the money. Moroccan Ministry of Agriculture, Maritime Fisheries, Rural Development, Water and Forest is expected to conduct one-day fish stock assessment in Liberia. A release says the assessment is intended to gather data in the fisheries sector to develop management plan for governance and ascertain its commercial feasibility. The release is quoted as saying the stock assessment, when completed, will drive industrialization of the Liberian fisheries sector. It followed an agreement signed between the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority (NAFA) and the Moroccan Ministry of Agriculture, Maritime Fisheries, Rural Development, Water and Forest last year. The ceremony expected to place Friday will be witnessed by the Moroccan Minister of Agriculture, Maritime Fisheries, Rural Development, Water and Forest, Mohamed Sadiki, and other regional fisheries ministers from Ivory Coast and Guinea, among others. President Joseph Boakai has vowed to complete the construction of the Gbanga Medikoma Road in Lofa County to relieve the residents of travel constraints. Marketers, drivers, and pedestrians have since faced difficulties in plying the route due to its deplorable state, leaving many people the option to pass through Sierra Leone. Speaking at a ceremony in his honor by Diaspora Kisi community, President Bouaka showed citizens of government's determination to ensure the full construction of the Lofa Road. The Liberian leader thanked the Kisi communities in Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and the United States for their support to his presidency and the Liberia at large. President Bouaka stressed the need to embrace unity and peace as the surest to develop Liberia and various communities in the sub-region. And Faith University President Reverend Telly Gali says the university is set to move the country's educational sector forward. Reverend Gali said the move is aimed at buttressing government's efforts in the educational sector. Speaking with ELBC Tuesday, he said the university will help students enroll who cannot afford tuition. Reverend Gali believes the country should not only depend on government alone, but private citizens should also help the government in providing quality education across the country. Meanwhile, Reverend Gali disclosed that Faith University has been accredited by the Commission on Higher Education in Liberia.
Grace Molly is there with the news bulletin. You're listening to Newsland on ELBC Radio. One of the big stories we're following this afternoon: Morocco to conduct a fish stock assessment in Liberia waters to ascertain commercial viability. Well, President Joseph Boakai has made additional nomination of officials as his new government gradually takes shape. The nominations affect the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Agriculture, Commerce and Industry, Education, the Liberia Revenue Authority, and the Drug Enforcement Agency. As ELBC Executive Mansion reporter Vasta Tadu reports, the president has picked an enterprising young Liberian woman as his press secretary.
The Liberian leader Thursday named Ms.